Okay, so this video is how to finish the head for Anouk the Aussie. So you can see we have the head here, but we've still got a bit of work to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is place my eyes. So I have 16mm eyes here, and I'm going to find where the brown eyebrows are. If you want these to be more prominent, you can also just loop like so on some more. And you've got where the brown ends at the bottom. So what you're going to do is you're going to place the eye kind of in the round, right between these two, maybe a bit lower, so that it's kind of centered in the middle of this eye patch. So I've got one there, and then on the other side, the same thing there. Cool. So I'm going to take my stuffing out so that I can put these in real quick. Okay. One and two. There we go. Eyes are in. So when you're stuffing the head, don't stuff the lower lip. That should stay unstuffed. Just stuff everything else. Oof. Get all my stuffing back in. And kind of spread it out so it goes a bit into the cheeks and into the top of the head. Now it looks like a puffed up whale or a pufferfish, which is very typical without face shaping. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do before we start face shaping is paint the inside of the mouth. So I use a dark brown here and kind of press that lip in a bit and just kind of paint the inside of the mouth. This gives the lip a bit of definition, and you'll see that Aussies sometimes have this like blackish line here, so try to do that with highlighting. If you want to do this and how much you do it is totally up to you. Okay, when we're done with that, we're going to face shape. So the first thing we're going to face shape is we're going to take a piece of, not white, of main colored yarn. Here, and we are going to go in through the middle, bottom of the lip here, exit under the eye on one side here, enter on the inner side of the eye here, exit on the other inner side of the other eye, like so. Oop. Enter again on the side of the eye and exit where we started. So in the exact same hole as we started. If I can get that. There we go. So now you can visualize it a bit more like this. So looping of the eyes. I'm going to pull, and I'm going to pull down a bit, and that kind of pulls the eyes inwards and together a bit, and you can see it already makes it look a lot cuter. And then we're going to tie that up. Tie, knot, cut the remainder, and push that knot into the hole. Cool. Already looking cuter. Now I'm going to take a piece of brown yarn. Again, just a little piece. And I'm going to do some more shaping. Now we're going to enter kind of underneath here, like a round or two behind where the lip joins, and we're going to enter in the brown area under the eye. Then we're going to enter into the brown area again, like right next to it, maybe a bit higher, like this. Exit into that hole, enter again right next to it here and do the same on the other side, like this, and then exit out of the exact same hole at the bottom again. And then we're going to pull. And this kind of shapes the snout into more of a triangle shape and makes the nose a bit longer for more of an Aussie shape. Again, tie off, cut off, and press that in. There we go. Now that we have all that, obviously you can do that as much as you want. With face shaping, we're going to shape the lip. So we're going to take a piece of white yarn this time. Just make sure we're using absolutely every single color we have. Oh, doesn't like me, this tip. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're kind of going to go up into the bottom of the lip and then kind of loop around in the top of the lip, and then loop back down to the side. So this kind of just makes sure we pin the lip. If you do it too far forward like that, it looks really shitty. So going to the lip. You can also just pin it to the sides as well. It really depends what ends up looking better. So I'm just kind of pinning through the lip to the corners of the mouth so that my lip doesn't like stick up. I'll make sure I don't like indent the corners of this. And again, I'm always exiting out of the same hole. So what you're trying to do is just make sure that you pin the lip kind of upwards so it's not flopping around. How you do that is up to you. And again, tie it off and push the knot in, which if you exited through the same hole as you entered should work pretty well. Okay, so that is the lip done. The eyes are done. The ear tips, that's kind of up to you. I don't like, you can pin them down if you really want to pin them down. I kind of like them. They curl automatically. So in this case, it would just be weaving in the ends of the ears, or you can use these ends to pin the ears down. That's more up to you. I'm just gonna weave the end in. Oh, I hate when it does that. Okay, so that is the ears completed. All right, for the hair, you have the choice. You can cut these. I'm not gonna, because this yarn seems to shed quite a lot, or you can just leave them as loops. So the last thing we need to do is the nose. So I'm gonna use brown, but feel free to use whatever color you want for the nose. All right. So for the nose, it's kind of important not to go too high, because it will look like a bulldog or something like that if you do. So you can see that this is kind of the top rim of the nose here. We're going to put the nose down at the bottom. So I've got my other little guy here as an example. You can see it's a rather small nose, more towards the bottom. So I'm going to enter wherever you want to enter. Just going to enter the side, and we're going to exit here, kind of obviously centered between the lips, just above the lips, like one round. And then we're really not going to go that far for the nose, so maybe up like 2 or 3 rounds, but do not go up here into this rim. You want to stay lower than that. You can map it out first. That's what I usually do, kind of figure out how I want it to look. Probably like that's good for me, so I'm just going to keep going. Don't pull too tight, or you're pulling in the stitches here, and you'll get like a squishy nose, which again will make it look more like a bulldog. One thing I'm really bad at is sewing on noses, just FYI. I don't know why. Not a skill I've learned. But yeah, once you've done that, I do usually just go over the top again. Wow, I do need to improve my skills. Oh, that's kind of uneven. Right. And then exit again where I came from, down here. That one already went a bit too big, it's a bit wide, but it's not bad. Okay, so you can see a smaller nose also looks cute, but here you go. Finish the Aussie again. As I said, you can grab another piece of brown and just kind of loop more over these brows if you want to. You can pull these eyes in more, like shape them more. That's all up to you, but that's the basics.